All right. We are live. It is the first chat, or the first live stream from the new shop. So I just want to check it out and see how things are going. Let's make sure that everything is right. This is all looking good. Our chat going here. It looks like we're doing okay. Let's see. Just making sure I got it all. I'm not supposed to be doing that. All right. It looks like it's working. Got a couple of things going on here. Just want to make sure everything is going right. It's the first time I've done a live stream from, oops. Yeah, it's the first time I've done a live stream from this particular location, but also this this computer I'm using. So just trying to make sure that everything is working before we get started. All right, looks like we've got a few people have joined. Make sure everything's looking good there. Looks like we've got it. All right. Just trying to make sure that I've got the whole thing going here. Yeah, apparently 3,000 subscribers. And Eric, are you at home, or are you down in Charlotte area? Right. Steven, also got Gary. Hi guys, it's good to see you. It's awesome. All right, very cool. Okay, let's see. Let's get started. Yeah, so doing a quick test today because the shop space is a pretty good distance from the house, and so I wanted to make sure that I could actually even broadcast from here. You know, I used to do broadcasts from the house all the time, or from the shop, and I just wanted to make sure that it was that things were working okay. So the other thing is, yeah, so we're doing. I had to get an extender. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not over there, but basically I'm doing power line, doing Ethernet over power. So the power that runs from the house to here is providing our network connection. So it's not as good as it could be, but it seems like it's working pretty well. So let's see. As you can probably see behind me, I've got a few things moved, but not everything. You know, still getting there. Actually, I've really only got a few, you know, just a little bit moved so far. So let me take a look. So we've got, oh yeah, my regular ride, and then we've got we got my welders here. So a couple of Millers and a Lincoln welder. So MIG, TIG, stick, got all that moved today. Toolboxes are kind of behind there, still working on that. And then let's see what else. I'm not sure what else I can show you guys right now. We'll go mobile. See how this works. All right. So some of the other things. Let's walk over to where that toolbox was in the background. That'll give you opposite angle view and not have shaky cam the whole time. All right. So there we go. All right, so moved a few more things. Oh, that is right. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. So in addition to welding stuff, I got the project bike over here. Did that today. Got that moved. That's my little toy. That will become a little bobber project. So Expect to see that soon. Got my old desk from my office and some of the supplies out of storage, so that's there. Got a 3D printer. That's back, so we'll be able to start working on that. Yeah, it's shaping up. So let's go back over to the other spot, and let me check chat. While I'm doing that, do you have any questions or anything that you'd like to know? Stephen, I did see yours. I am still making military signs. Yes. Let's take a look. Good evening. All right. So yeah, Stephen, I'm still making the signs. And Eric, thank you, by the way. I do appreciate that. Looks like things are okay. What did I just do? No, I really shouldn't click around. Yeah. I'm definitely messing that up. Okay, so still trying to figure this out a little bit. I'm using an old laptop. Actually, it's a Chromebook today. So as you guys know, or most of you might know, I do most of my stuff on a Mac. I do have PCs as well for both Windows and Linux, but most of what I do, I work on a Mac. But I've got this Chromebook that I use pretty regularly, and I decided to give it a shot out here and see how the streaming would work. I'm always looking at new ways to do stuff and work a little better. So I thought I would do that. There's some interesting little tools here. It's a little, I don't know, it's okay. I don't know that I like the Hangouts broadcast though. I may go back to either Open Broadcaster or the live stream, the Mimo Live that I do. But for now, this works. So, what's everybody else working on? What do you guys got going on? Let's see. A place where you can submit an order. Stephen, you can just email me. We'll work it out. I don't know if you're still looking for the 35th, the Signal Core stuff, but yeah, just send me an email. I'm in the midst of moving still, so basically between the house move and the shop move and everything, I basically shut down for a few months, and I haven't really gotten things fired back up fully. So I'm doing minimal stuff, but yeah, if you could do that, so you can just send me an email. It's tom@inspirationmetalworks.com, and we'll work on that. So yeah, it's been challenging. So it's been an interesting time. Eric knows all too well because he's helped me. So one of the other people that's viewing today, or was viewing earlier, does general contracting work, and I couldn't have done everything here at the house without him. So it's kind of nice. Yeah. So what else? What else is everybody doing? How much to find for low CPU use? Yeah, Jerome. I'm actually surprised at how well it's doing for the stream. So we've got a lot of things going right now that that ought to be working against us, right? So I'm using a power line extender for network. I'm over Wi-Fi on a Chromebook, right? So not exactly high-end broadcast. It's not like a level 3, level 4 broadcast booth, right? So definitely not what I deal with day to day. But it worked. It seems to be working today. Until I can get my stuff set up here, get my normal broadcast stuff set up and ready to go. I did shoot some video today. It's the first time I shot any video in a couple of weeks. I tell you, it's my it's a good thing I'm not a full-time YouTuber who supports myself this way, because my numbers have definitely reflected the fact that I haven't released anything in like 3 weeks. And the stuff that I have done, I haven't exactly been on my game. Usually I'm producing videos about projects that I'm working on and things like that. And today I actually did. So I shot video of the part I was making. Super simple part. And in fact, if you're following me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you may have even seen some of the pictures from last weekend. But I had to remake the part because somewhere along the line, my QA team, which here now the QA team missed that I had a hole in the wrong place, right? So now I'm the QA team, right? So yeah, I screwed up. One of the holes was off by almost 3/16 of an inch, right? And I don't know how I did it, but I had to remake the part, and in doing so, I thought, you know what, I'll shoot some video. Not a whole lot, just a few minutes. I still got to go back and edit and do a voiceover, but I'll do that on my regular computer. Seems to work better than most live streams. Great. I don't know. I don't know how we're getting away with it, but it seems to be doing it, so we'll take it. What else? Oh, I guess we can share this news. Some of you probably already know this, based on if you're sorry, some of that glare out there. If you are following me on my personal account on Facebook, you guys might know this, but I actually started a new job this week. So a lot of people think that I do the machine shop full time, and I don't. I try to be completely open and honest about that, upfront about it. The shop for me is something that I do. It's my side gig, right? It's a part-time thing. It's something that I would like to do full time at some point, but right now it's just not really feasible. But so what I'm doing as an entrepreneur, I am slowly building up my client base and building up my skill set and building up my equipment and tooling. So what that means, though, is I still have a day job, and I started a new one. I started a new job this week. For those of you who are interested, I am a product manager at an AV company. So believe it or not, I will be designing and managing the manufacturing of recording equipment. So yeah, live streaming and recording equipment. So who knows? We'll see what the bash looks like this year. Maybe I can get some higher end gear out there with me. So we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, so that definitely it changed things up on me a little bit. For the first time in a decade, I'm actually going into the office for work day to day. I'm definitely not used to commuting and sitting in rush hour traffic, and, heck, being around people all day long, but it's a good thing, and I really like the people on my team. They're, just amazing. It's just been a week, and it's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. But it also means that I'm going to be a lot more focused when I'm in the shop. So tomorrow the plan is to, I got some more parts to run. So I ran a couple of parts today, and I took my time because I was shooting video. Tomorrow I've just got to run some parts, some lathe work. I got to get all that done and get that shipped out. I've got some plasma cutting to do. Got a couple of signs to get kicked out. So what's nice is I can do some of that simultaneously. So I can knock out the plasma cutting and the lathe work at the same time. So yeah, I'll get that, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to start loading I'll load a trailer full of stuff to bring back with me. So every time I go to the space that I'm renting space from, I'm going to be loading up the trailer and bringing a load back with me until we get to a point where I'm at that tipping point where I've just got to I've got to take everything. So I've got to get some riggers to come help move a few things. I like the idea of just paying somebody and saying, okay, move those four pieces of equipment and get it over here. I don't have to think about any of the rest of the logistics, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. So there's the manual mill, the manual lathe, and then the 2 Tormachs, the lathe and the mill, to get moved over. That will require a little bit extra help. And then there's the plasma cam, right? So gotta get that over here as well. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put everything, because the way the shop is laid out, I don't know if you guys saw the shop tour that I did before, but it's basically 2 buildings that are attached. So this wall over here, right? I've got 600 or 700 square feet of space over there, and then in this side I've got about 800 square feet, or yeah, a little over 800 square feet. So it's 3 bays worth. But I've also, showing up, probably can see it earlier. There we go. I've got the lift, right? So I don't necessarily want to put things in that area that's going to block the use of the lift. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do layout, or how to move things around so that I can be more flexible with the space that I do have. So yeah, that's the plan here. Douglas, hey. All right. Awesome. Dude, I got to catch up on some of the Fab Tech stuff. I didn't get a chance to go. I was planning on going to Fab Tech. I wanted to crash and see everybody there, but because I started a new job this week, I missed out. So sorry about that. I saw a bunch of the Instagram stuff. You guys were killing me on Instagram, and Fab Tech looked like it was a lot of fun this year. But so maybe next year. Maybe next year. Was your first? Yeah. That's cool. The chair came out great. It really did. It was awesome. So I'm hoping that they'll have you back. That was pretty cool. Yeah. So wheels. Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So the guy that I bought this place from used to drag race, right? So he had it set up so he could work on his race cars in here, and so a few things. Like those tires are actually spares for the for my trailer. So I've got a tandem axle trailer as well. So those are spares. I've got to go ahead and I think it's time to swap those out. So move those around. IMTS. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. It depends. This is one of these where my attendance at trade shows are going to change a little bit this year based on the new job. So I'll have to see. Oh, yes. Thanks, Pete. Wheels, yes. Okay. Not thinking. Sorry. There's a lot of stuff with wheels in here right now, so I'm just it's embarrassing. Oh well. So yeah. Oh, let's look at a couple of things that I got to do some upgrades on machines, and then I just haven't had a chance to touch because of the house and the shop move and everything else. So let's see, stuff that I've got sitting right here. I'm going to be a little 440. It's a great little machine. Yes, I've outgrown it. Yes, I need to get a new, a bigger, more, capable VMC. But for what it is and what it costs, I really like the Tormach. And I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm going to sell the Tormach, and I don't think I am. I think I'm going to keep it because it's an awesome machine for little prototypes and just knocking some stuff out, and for teaching, right? So I do a lot of teaching. I work with a lot of different people, and I like the idea of the fact that you can get on there and you crash it. I hate the idea of crashing a machine, but if you crash that one, it's probably not going to be that bad. Right? Crash a VM2, it's going to be expensive. So yeah, I'm going to keep the Tormach. And one of the things that I've run into with it is chip evacuation is a real issue with that thing. What happens is, especially with certain kinds of cutters like the shear hog, which I use all the time. The shear hog is a great cutter for my 440 because it takes advantage of the spindle speed and horsepower, right? So you can really maximize things because it doesn't have a whole lot of power, but you can get pretty good material removal rates with that thing. What happens is all the chips collect in the bellows. It collects in the Z-axis bellows, and specifically the one that gets torn up the most is the rear Y-axis covers, right? And so decided that I'm going to upgrade cooling or coolant yet again. And I got some big nozzles rather than the little, I don't know if they're 1/4 inch or 3/8 that they sell you, but these are, you know, big boy size, right? So I will be doing that. So obviously there's too many on here right now, but yeah, so come around and do a little, a halo around the spindle and be able to do that. And let's just get that stuff out of the way, right? Clear the chips out of the way instead of clogging things up. I saw somebody else did some covers for your covers, and that may be the way that I have to go as well. But just trying to do a better job of chip evacuation and getting that cleaned out, especially that part. So I was talking about the bellows; those get clogged up, and then the other thing that I run into is when I'm doing adaptive routines, where you're using chip thinning, and so you basically get really fine chips, and they don't wash away very easily, and so you end up with this nest of swarf around the part, right? And then it's blocking the coolant, which is also the lubrication part of things, right? So yeah, need to get that out of the way. What else? Got some pallets sitting here. Got my nice Pearson pallets. I've actually got 3 of these sitting here right now. I've not gotten a chance to set that up. That whole kit, it's kind of a cool kit. Comes with mounts, and got the air lines, actuator, and then the base right here. So this is just waiting. Yeah. So those are things that as soon as I get the machine here, I will definitely be working on that. So yeah, let's see what else. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat too and checking a couple of things here. Oh, I need to do some videos on the anodizing setup that I did. By the way, the anodizing, the process that I used, and it worked out really, really well. I don't know if you guys have seen the video where I did it, but here's my power supply for my anodizing setup here. I'll put a link at some point, or actually, you know what? The update where I did the anodizing, or I talked about anodizing, it's got a link in there as well. But this thing works great. I'm using the technique that I want to say Caswell plating, and there's a couple of others out there that talk about it. It's a much higher amperage technique, so higher voltage, higher amperage, and I tell you what, it did an awesome job of growing the anodization layer. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Probably, if I remember right on the schedule, so it's probably 3 weeks before I get that one out. But as of right now, that's what it's looking like. And like I was saying before, now that I have more scheduled days, and I've got to do this in the evenings and weekends a lot more, it is definitely going to be more important for me to be on top of my game as far as when I do things, and like we said, it's much more purposeful. So yeah, I'm starting to sit down and plan out when I'm going to be doing certain activities and things like that. So Unknown Apprentice, Caswell rocks. Yeah, I think it is. Caswell is actually a pretty cool company. All right. So sorry, just checking chat real quick. Looks all right. Excellent. So the other part for this evening, and I'm cheating a little bit this weekend. I'm batching it this weekend. I've got the whole house to myself. The wife and kids are gone, so I can just kind of hang out with you guys. Not the beverage of choice, but it works. So yeah. This is one of those times where by yourself. It's dark out. All I need now is some spooky music and, you know, yeah. But what else? Yeah, I've got a bunch of boxes sitting over here that I've got to sort through and start unpacking. I grabbed, still got tons of stuff in storage. Sit over here. So some of the stuff that conveyed with the house and with the shop, got this whole setup here. Well, let's go this way. Here we go. This whole setup here, for my Vanna impression. That all conveyed. So this compressor is just, it's an additional tank. The air compressor is actually on the other side of the other building. And so the bench grinder, the device, that all conveyed, which I thought was kind of cool. Did a nice job with that, and it's working out pretty well. So you can see over here, though, I started moving some stuff and getting everything out of storage. Oh, now you can see. Let's try and get the pointer right. So power line Ethernet going up and oh, it's all backwards. Around here, and my Wi-Fi set up here. So this setup is what's giving me my access out here in the shop. So things like Fusion, right? I need access. Yeah, just brought my hose, got that over the airline. Had to figure out where I'm gonna put everything. That's the other thing, is trying to figure out layout. So yeah, there's just so much stuff. I tell you, this is the move that won't end, and it's getting to a point now where I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm definitely tired trying to get everything done, but it's getting there, a little at a time. So I think that's the important part. I'm pretty happy about that. And what's nice is I'm finally in the space that I want to be in. It hurts a little bit because I'm back on my own. And, you know, I've been sharing a space with my friend Marty for the last year. I think it was great. Today I actually got to hang out with him, and we made parts and, you know, joked and did all kinds of stuff. And hopefully we can continue that somehow. But I'm also in his way, and, you know, I need to get out of his way and let him do his thing, and get my space going as well. Yeah, MySpace. How many of you guys remember that? All right. Let's go. Oh, headed up to see Brian and Bailey early tomorrow. All right. Well, tell them I said hello. They are favorites of mine. So, oh, you get to check out the new pour in the concrete too. All right. Cool. I'm just checking a couple of things out here. Yeah, let's open this one up a minute. So, Steven, I know you said you're working on the a rabbit hutch. What other projects are you guys working on? And Steven, I need to pick your brain a little bit on some of this network stuff, because there's a long run. I've been looking at fiber extenders and trying to figure out how to basically use fiber, you know, point to point to get here, because the link that I'm using right now, it's going to go away, or I'll have to maintain it, but, you know, run it properly. But right now, I'm getting power from the house, but I've got Duke on the hook right now to come out and run a separate meter for the building here. So, and frankly, I'd like a better connection. So I got to think about that. I believe the power that was run out here is in conduit end to end, but I could be wrong. That's the other thing. So if I'm going to run the fiber, I may have to, you know, do, I don't even know how far it is, 200-300 feet of trench and conduit and everything else. So yeah, got to figure it out. I thought about trying to do a wireless extension, but I don't know. So definitely open to suggestions on that. Yep, see, I'll do that. Let me I'm going to snap a, oh, yeah, I got your note. Cool. All right. Cool. Got that. Multi-mode fiber will work just fine. Yeah, that's what I thought. A planar restore. Gary, have you been doing video on that? Because I'll be honest, with everything that's been going on, I'm about 3 months behind. You know, I've seen so little video in the last few months. In fact, I plan on binge watching YouTube tonight. I've got it hooked up through my Apple TV, and I'm just going to basically sit on the couch and watch and watch and watch, because I haven't seen anything in months, and it's, you know, I'll catch, you know, one thing here or there, but I haven't got a chance to see much of anything. So yeah. Dan, you're saying a wireless bridge from the house to the shop? Okay. Yeah, it is line of sight, so I could do that. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like, oh, what do they call it? It's not like laser. I've done a couple of other things where it was a not omnidirectional, so a focus point to point. It's been a long time since I've had to think about that kind of stuff, though, to be honest. And some of it was, and Steven can probably attest to some of these things. Some of it was in the military, so a little different too. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking online. I guess it was just yesterday afternoon. It just feels like it was a long time ago. And I saw it looked like the fiber, the endpoints were like $80 a piece, and then, you know, there's the, you know, maybe a couple $100 in the fiber itself. So it didn't look like it was too bad. It looks like I could probably do it for under $500, depending on the trenching and everything else. The good thing is, at least at the end points, I've got conduit coming out of the house and out into the ground, and then out of the ground and into the shop, because that's where the power was run. So, you know, what I'm hoping is that there's conduit all the way and I can just string it without having to run any conduit. But at least I've got the ends taken care of already. Wow, Dan, under $300 or $300? Dan, will you send me an email with some details on that, please, if you don't mind? But yeah, the Ethernet fiber transceivers. Yep. So, and I was looking at, it's called multi-mode. Is that what it's called? Again, this is something that I'm a little rusty on. What's funny is, with my new job, I have to, you know, go back and get certified in all the AV stuff, and part of that is using fiber to do long runs of audio, video, RS-232 kinds of signals and things like that. So yeah, it's it's kind of interesting having to go back and look at stuff I haven't looked at in a long time. You know, voltages across different signals, and yeah, it was surprising, you know, how much of that I remember, but then, you know, digging it back out of the brain. So, all right. Yeah, so you're right in general that you would separate, you would typically separate network and power, but fiber does not. It doesn't have the same kind of RF bleed over, right? So you don't have to worry about the EMI interference as much. Or, I mean, that's the nice part about fiber, and that's why you can use fiber over longer runs. There's two things: it doesn't have the interference issues, and it doesn't lose signal strength over the distance. Or it does, but it's a much longer distance that you have to worry about. And yeah, so Steve's jumping in there too. So, data Proto. How's the lathe working? Did you get it going? I mean, I saw that you finally were making some parts on it. And we still have an outstanding project, by the way. I was looking in Fusion the other day and saw a share of a project that we were supposed to do last year and didn't get done. So yeah, we should talk about that soon. All right, how are we doing on time? Man, 35 minutes already. I talk too much. That's really what it boils down to. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure that music's not going to cause any problems. Can you guys? Let me see. I want to make sure we don't get flagged for. I thought I had it turned down enough, but I don't want it getting picked up and getting flagged for copyright violations because I've got the radio going on there. 1,200 hours of overtime? Good God. Man, that is crazy. Nope. Oh, that is one thing about this new company that I do like, though. I don't like the commute, but they're pretty insistent that we do not do a bunch of overtime. You know, they want us, and I'm salaried, right? And they're like, no, do your 40, go home. You know, they want you to have a life. It's really strange. I'm so used to working for companies that just want to, eke every little thing out of you that they possibly can. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, what else do you guys have going on? What kind of projects are you working on? Okay, good. So it doesn't sound like you guys can hear the music. Yeah, so yeah, let's give this a minute because I've got some ideas for some projects. And again, going back to how I do things or when I do things, I'm gonna have to change things up a little bit. But let's go walk over to this motorcycle and let's take a look at something. So we're gonna go back to shaky cam mode. Sorry guys. All I've got today is the laptop. Let's see. All right. Yeah, you guys can see that. Good. So this is a 97. Okay. Control 652. Yep. Okay. So yes, I was right. This is a 1997 Suzuki Savage. The LS650, I think they go by the S40 moniker now, right? So if you're looking at the Boulevard series, they call them the S40. But they've been making this motorcycle now for the better part of 30 years. And they still make them. Now this particular one has about 650 miles on it, if I remember right. 635 miles and 3/10. The original owner bought it, wanted to learn how to ride, dropped it, and never got on it again. And it sat and sat and sat. Now what's nice is the engine turns over. The carb's out right now. I've got it in a box over here. I just rebuilt it and everything's ready to go for that. The gas tank is completely rusted. It's just going to get replaced. I'm not going to mess with that. But the plan is to make a little bobber out of this thing. So it's 650 cc's, but it's a big single, right? So think back to like the old BSA and Triumph bikes. The early motorcycles were often single cylinder, what they would refer to as a thumper, right? So lots of torque, They don't spin up real high as far as RPMs go. They don't have a whole heck of a lot of power, but they'll carry you around and do okay. This one is belt driven, and I'm not sure if I'm going, so all of these came belt drive. Not sure if I'm going to convert it to chain or not, but yeah, the idea is definitely lose all this stuff, right? Do like a small rear fender. We'll keep the general style of the tank. I'm just going to replace it though. I'm not going to try cleaning this one because you can already see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the rust is already starting to come through. So it's not worth trying to save or repair. Do something with the handlebars. Clean that up a little bit. But this will be my little around town bike. Just a little something to putter around on, play with. My wife wants to learn how to ride, so we might set it up for her. In fact, when I worked for a Suzuki dealership, we sold a lot of these kinds of bikes to women, but not because it was women. We typically sold it to people who were shorter because it's got such a low seat height that it was really comfortable for people who weren't very tall. So actually, when I get on this thing, I feel like a monster. It's so big. I mean, I feel so big on this bike compared to my Vulcan that I have, which was 1600. And on that thing, I've got to muscle it around. This one, I'm just like, go, right? So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, this is my winter project. So I'll be tearing this thing down, and hopefully I will have it on the road by the spring. We'll see. So expect to see some projects on this. They do make kits out there that you can buy. I am going to fabricate everything myself, right? So I'm going to, so a lot of the projects that we'll see over the winter will be for this bike, and it will be specific to the just silly customization that I'm going to do to it. But so that's the plan. Before we leave that, let me just check again here. StarTech, gigabit Ethernet fiber media converter. Okay. Yep, I'll check that one. We'll definitely check that. Ooh, stream dropped at some point. Okay. Let's see. Let's give it a minute because I don't know how far the buffer is on this. So we'll give this a minute for you guys to catch up. But yeah, if there's any questions, suggestions, short of light a match and get rid of it. But I'm looking forward to playing with this thing and having a little bit of fun. I've been riding motorcycles since I was about 10 years old, and I have been dirt bikes and street bikes, race bikes, to my cruiser over there, and everything in between. And I've always had a soft spot for the Savage. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about this bike, but I've always had a soft spot for it. The drum stands about 30 seconds for the buffer. So, okay, that's not too bad. All right, well, let's get back to the desk, if I can get back up. I'm getting old. When did that happen? Yeah, I posted a picture on social media today, it being Veterans Day. Posted a picture from basic training. It's funny, the fancy picture that you get done when you're at basic training, where they put you in the dress uniform and you've got all the stuff on, and you're just all like, look at me. Yeah, that's like the second day you're there, and you haven't done anything yet other than basically get your head shaved, and they shoot you up with all the inoculations, both shoulders, same time, just walk through a line, right? And then you get your picture taken. So everybody's always so stoic because you're just trying to stay upright at that point. You're like, please God, make this stop. And it's like day 2 or day 3. But I was looking at that picture, and I was looking at this really young kid and going, wow, that's been a little while. And then a friend pointed out that it's been almost 30 years. So I joined the Army in 1990. So you figure that's 27 years ago now. It's actually, I've now been out of the Army longer than I was in the Army, which that was a weird feeling when I realized that. So Dress up, yeah, that was it, Steve. Yep. Yeah, you're spot on with that. They're like, here, put this top on, do this. And I wish I could show you the picture, because we'll cheat a little bit. I've got it here on my phone. I think I can share my screen on this thing, but again, I'm still messing around with some of this. So there we go. We'll see if it'll show without too much glare. That is the picture. So get a laugh. That was me. Once upon a time. All right. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, you've been out for 11 and for 10. So I was in for right about 13 years, just shy of 13 years. So I've now been out for 14. So yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Well, I guess almost 14. This spring will be 14 since I got out. So yeah, it doesn't. It's amazing how the time just flies by sometimes. Yeah, you saw that, Gary. Yep. But I don't know. It worked. I tell you what, I'm running out of steam. This stream is actually a lot longer than I was intending for it to run, but that's a good thing because I wasn't sure that I could even do this from out here. Keeping in mind that I'm certain the quality of the stream is probably okay, but it's not as high quality as some of the other streams that I've done. But it seems to be working, which is a good thing. Yeah. And I appreciate everybody giving me some hints about network stuff. I want to make sure that I save. That's the thing that I don't like about some of this is as soon as I stop the stream, all of the chat that we had will go away. So I want to save that real quick. Sorry, guys. The thing about using a Chromebook is so many things that I'm just not used to. I typically just use this thing for surfing the net, maybe watching YouTube. But trying to figure out file systems and sharing and what do you use for a text editor and all that good stuff. Okay. Let's see if it's saved. Maybe. I don't know. Do a pop-out chat, it stays. Really? I'll have to check that. Oh, Herb's is funnier, huh? I'll have to go back. I haven't been on Facebook much today. Oh, yeah, I got it. Cool. Saved it. There we go. Cool. All right, so I've got what I needed. Yeah, so I made that post. I actually posted it to Instagram, and it pushes out to Twitter and Facebook at the same time. But yeah, I'll be honest, guys. I try not to get on Facebook too much these days. It's become so hateful, really. I mean, it's probably the best way to put it. I've had too many friends. Me personally, I try to surround myself with people who have different opinions, right? That way I can make the best decisions for myself, right? I want to hear everybody's arguments and then I'll figure it out for myself. Right? I don't need things shoved down my throat. But what I've seen happen, at least on my account, is that these friends with radically different viewpoints started attacking each other through my account. So something would be on my page and then they're attacking each other through the page. And finally, I just had to stop. It's like, look, nope, we're not doing this. And because I'm respectful to or I try to be respectful to everyone. And I expect the same towards me, but also through me. So, you know, if you're friends with me personally, you know, I'm not going to let you attack somebody else that I'm friends with, and I'm not going to let them attack you either. Right? The same thing. So I've been off Facebook a lot. I mean, I get on and I might just, you know, skim through, see what everybody's doing, but I don't post too much because it's gotten a little crazy. So yeah. Yep. I don't know. I just try to do my own thing. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, with that, let's wrap this one up. It's getting late. I want to go inside and goof off a little bit since I've got the house to myself. Brand new floors. Maybe I'll pull a Tom Cruise, do a risky business, slide around. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm too old for that crap. So yeah, I just want to say thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me this evening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We got a couple of thumbs ups, which, all right, I appreciate that. Ooh, hockey. There we go. That works too. I have to see what who's playing tonight. But yeah, I do appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me this evening. Thanks for, you know, getting to check out the new shop here and spend a little bit of time with me tonight. I know you've got options and can do all kinds of things, and you chose to at least be here for a little bit of it. So it means a lot to me. With that, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll see you again soon.